Holy moly, guacamole! This week we've got Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and Pluto retrograde. Oh, and Mars squaring Uranus. You can only imagine the intensity of that, but we're just all stepping in a time machine and going back to replay the past. Here's your weekly astrology. Taurus. Yes, you don't mind this retrograde as much as other people. And one of the reasons why is because Venus, your ruler, is not going retrograde. Happy days. So you've got a slight get out of jail free card. Having said that, what's interesting is astrologically you've been going through a lot of change recently, and a lot of that change has been about you breaking free and moving forward and expanding and growing and trying new things that you haven't tried before. And there's been a renewed sense of adventure and freedom within your spirit. Okay, so right now, with everything going retrograde and Saturn and Pluto in that area, it may be time to stop and pause. Or it could be that you need to look back to the past. In your whole life, when was the time you felt most free? When did you feel able to really express yourself, be the unique soul that you are, and do things your way? And, you know, just you were more of a wild spirit. Perhaps the universe wants you to reflect on that and bring some of that energy into your life now. But certainly you're going back to look at things. But, you know, I would suggest you look at times in your life where you haven't felt so restricted. Now, Mercury is going retrograde in your home and family zone. It's not an ideal time to move or make any major shifts in your home environment, although obviously some of you Taurians will have to do that. And again, it's not necessarily bad. It can be anything from, you know, a problem with the plumbing to, you know, contracts being delayed. But it is a good time for talking to your family or dealing with, in your heart, with family problems from the past or ways in which you couldn't express yourself. Career might be a bit slower than usual as Mars is retrograde in your 10th house. But again, it may bring an opportunity from the past. Are you doing what you love to do? How can you transform your career to make it something more fulfilling for you? Or is there something else you're working on the side? Keep putting your juice into it. Pluto has been helping you make these changes to be freer in yourself, and a lot of that energy is already there. So maybe it's just a question of kind of grounding it and laying the foundations, and then, you know, future planning for the next big break free. Try to avoid anything rash when it comes to your career with Mars square Uranus. There's a temptation to maybe just do something bold or risky. Probably not the best time, but you know what? Follow your gut. We are not fatalistic and ruled by the planets. They're there as a guide. But if your gut really tells you to do something, do it. But whatever you do, as it's Uranus, take time to stop and think. Otherwise, you could be swept away in something before you've even thought about it. You know, you're learning to be different, to open doors and to step through into new realities. Right now, in a way, it might even feel familiar to you to be thinking about the past, but use it to your advantage. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Hello, wonderful one. Thank you so much for listening. It would be fabulous if you liked, subscribed, or shared. It would be really, really helpful. Also, I have a ton of free stuff for you. Horoscope.co.uk for everything astrology, and micheleknight.com for everything psychic and free tarot reading. See you there.